Well, as a lot of you may know, I do have a lot of collections. A lot of collections. I collect just about anything that has to do with superheroes, the horror genre, just anything that I like. Anything from comics, you know, actual comics, graphic novels, hard to find films. I have well over 3,000 DVDs. I don't even want to count anymore. I collect action figures. I collect a lot of models, as you can see. We do have, gosh, I think over 1,000 built models. I've been building models since I was very little. I started something to do with my dad. Me and my dad would build models. And actually, this is one of the very first models I did. Very simple. Very simple. It's basically just silver, but, you know, a nice little alien dude. So, you know, it was just something fun to start out doing, you know, with my dad, and it progressed to all of this. Definitely anything, you know, Universal, any of the monsters, I love to build those. I have tons that are still in boxes that need to be built, but I have so many collections, I can't fit them all in one spot to film. And I can't even remember all of them, but I have a mask collection. Some of those you could see in the part of this. Just have a lot of collections. So I'm gonna be trying to take more pictures and get stuff out there in my collection folder to show everybody more of it. But this is some of it, and that's some of the stuff I collect. So I'm at the point, if you're selling anything, I really don't want to buy it right now. I have too much stuff. I have way too much stuff. But if it is Batman or Death from Vertigo, then I'll probably buy it. But anything else, well, maybe if it's like Harley Quinn. But okay, anything after that, I can't buy anymore. I have too much. What draws me to the horror genre? You know, I can't really say that it's one thing or another. I have been watching horror movies since I could crawl. My favorite movie, the first movie that I ever remember really loving, like when I was really little, was Abbott and Costello meets Frankenstein. And I used to watch it, rewind it, watch it, rewind it, watch it, rewind it. And I just really loved the humor in it. I loved how it was supposed to be scary, but it was funny at the same time. And I think that was like my gateway drug into horror, was comedy. 'Cause comedy is something that I love a great deal as well. So my favorite genre is dark comedy. I guess you gotta be kind of a weird, demented person to really like dark comedy, but you know, those are some of the best people I know, you know? So honestly, the thing that drew me to horror was comedy. And I mean, even the most serious horror movies. You can't have a serious horror movie without some outburst of comedy. Even the slightest. You can't have the audience on their seat, at the edge of the seat, throughout the whole movie. They need some kind of break. And comedy does that. So, you know, I think that's really what drew me to it. And, I mean, the suspensefulness of it, and a lot of horror movies it has to deal with a lot of killers. And killers are something that interests me a great deal. Having a psychology background and having always had an interest in serial killers and such like that, you know, horror movies every single horror movie you watch, there's a different reason behind every crime, and that's something that interests me a great deal as well. I mean, you do have those killers that are just mindless killers and they do it because they're evil, but some of my favorite horror movies, you know, there's always a reason behind it. So I guess that's why I just love horror movies, because a really good horror movie, it really makes you think too. And they're enjoyable and they're fun. They're fun to watch, and they're even more fun to make. All that blood on you and everything. It's just a grand old time. I just love horror movies. Now, when it comes to my favorite kind of role to play, I'd say that's a pretty easy answer to give. My favorite kind of role to play is just something different. Just any kind of character that has a really great personality, it has a very in-depth character background. Anything that I can have fun with, I'm definitely going to love playing that character. My favorite part of, you know, getting a character and everything is doing the background to find out why they are the way they are. I mean, I go so in depth to try and figure out, you know, what their sign is. You know, maybe, you know, she does this because she's an Aries. You know, I love to just go as in depth as possible, because characters are really what interests me the most. And honestly, some of the best characters that you get are the evil ones. You know, they have so many layers of depth to them. There's a reason why they want to kill everybody. There's a reason why they want to take over the world. So I really do like to play evil characters. I think they're the most fun to play, definitely, because it's so different from your everyday life. You just get to get into this costume and put on all this makeup and turn into someone else. And it can be a lot of fun, you know? And it's definitely fun to watch afterwards and see what you were a part of. So definitely, like, anything evil, anything different, anything with a crazy costume, that's what I love to play. Definitely. That's what I love to play. Great dialogue, funny dialogue. Anything like that I'm definitely up for. I love those types of characters. I have been acting since I was born. I grew up with a large family, and I was the baby by a few years, so it was always up to me to entertain everybody, and I had fun doing that. I loved entertaining people at, you know, Christmas, Thanksgiving, all that fun stuff. Any chance I got, really. I just always loved making people laugh. I always loved entertaining people. In school, I was a part of all the school plays, all that fun stuff. In college, you know, I was a part of all the plays there, and, you know, leads and everything. So I've always had an interest in acting. I've always known that this was my passion, even when I was very young. Growing up watching movies every day. I'd rather do that than go outside, just sit there, watch, rewind, watch, rewind. So, you know, when I got to be older, I started getting into films, you know, answering, going to auditions and whatnot. So that's really how I got started, is, you know, I just always knew I wanted to be a part of it. And then I just went out and started going on auditions and started meeting people and, you know, going to conventions, meeting, you know, my childhood idols and going from there. And now I've gotten to where I am now, and I mean, it's just a dream come true that, you know, something I used to do for fun when I was little. I mean, during playtime, I would, you know, put on costumes and, you know, spend hours setting up scenes and putting on shows, and now I get to do that, you know, as a career. And it's, I mean, I couldn't ask for anything more. I mean, if I can just keep doing this for the rest of my life, I will be a very, very happy person. I am just happy living my dream. So, I've been in acting for many years, and I will definitely be in it for many more. Even if I happen not to be in front of the camera anymore. I'm very interested in all aspects of film. So, one way or the other, on one side or the other, I definitely will be doing this for the rest of my life, no doubt about that.
Looking for costumes or accessories to celebrate your favorite holiday or convention? Then look no further than Buy Costumes. Buy Costumes offers a huge selection of costumes ranging from scary, cute, or other. And you can save 12% off of your next order simply by going over to buycostumes.com/mothpod.